Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Monster Hunter World. Today we're going to be going over everything about the light bowgun. I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you do, don't forget to show your support and smash that like button. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. The light bowgun has a few different things that you need to pay attention to, most of which is going to be the ammo types, which we'll get into in just a moment. But unlike the heavy bowgun, the light bowgun only has one special ammo type, which is the Wyvern Blast, which is particularly good when used properly, and we'll get into that in a moment. But the Wyvern Blast is a grenade that fires when something steps over it or when you fire over it with a light bowgun shot, and we'll get into the specifics of the Wyvern Blast and the best way to use those in a moment. But you'll see that each weapon does have that, so that's not something that you have to be concerned about when picking the ammo types or when picking the light bowguns that you're going to use. But there are some very specific things you need to pay attention to when picking out your light bowgun, and that would be the ammo type. So we're going to go ahead and look at the Nergigante tree here, the Cataclysm's trigger, and when we hit the L3 button, you can go ahead and open up the ammo types here, and you'll see that we've got something different on here than we have on the heavy bowgun, which is a rapid fire. Now this is the single most defining thing of the light bowgun, which can make it pump out tons of damage. So you really want to be looking for this rapid fire on the weapons that you choose to use, because it will double pretty much the damage that you're putting out. And we'll go ahead and go over that here in a moment. But you'll see here that on the Cataclysm's trigger, we've got, you can see the capacity for each ammo type, as well as the rapid fire for that weapon. Now, both capacity and rapid fire are going to come into play when finding out your DPS that you're going to be doing with this. What's very nice about the Cataclysm's trigger is that we got high capacity and rapid fire on both normal ammo 1 and 2 and spread ammo, which are going to be your high DPS ammo types. Now, another thing that you're going to have to pay attention to when selecting a light bowgun is the deviation, which you can see on the right hand side. The deviation for the Cataclysm's trigger is average, and what the deviation is basically the recoil for the weapons. And you can also see the shot type recoil here when you click the L3 button. And the recoil can drastically affect your gameplay. You can also see the reload speeds, which is going to Now, another thing you're going to need to pay attention to when you're selecting a light bowgun is the deviation. Now, you're probably wondering, what the hell is deviation? Well, deviation is the bullet spread pattern from the center of the target. So, with a gun like the Karma from the Odogaron tree, which is my absolute favorite, we have no deviation, which means where you're aiming is exactly where the bullet's going to go. It is a very accurate gun, and I absolutely love this. You just need to keep in mind that the higher the deviation that you have, the more basically inaccurate the gun is going to be. Or the variety, if you're having like something with a rapid fire, then it's going to have a wider bullet spread pattern. Now, like the heavy bowgun, you can customize your light bowgun pretty much any way you want, and it can really affect the gameplay as well. Now, with the Karma, I like to stack 2 reload assists, so I have basically fast or normal reload for every ammo type, and then I've got a close range up, which increases our damage when we're within critical distance, within a certain range, which is very good. Now, I could stack another close range up, but I would cause my damage to go down because the difference between a fast reload and a normal reload is pretty drastic. But you can mess around with any of these as you want. You cannot get a shield on the light bowgun, but you can use any of these as you desire, depending on your gameplay. And I highly recommend, if you're using the Karma, to do 2 reload assists and 1 close range up. And you can experiment with that as you so desire, but I feel like having the fast reload on the normal ammo is pretty darn important. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the equipment that we are using for this particular set, and I'll explain some of the things that you can change around in this and some advantages that you can get. So right now we are using my favorite light bowgun, the Karma, which is the rarity 8 weapon from the Odogaron tree. Talked about this a little bit earlier. You can see that we've got 2 reload assists and close range up on there. We also have the attack charm 3. So this is really a defense, or not a wow, defense. This is an attack build. I haven't really had an issue ever really dying with light bowgun because of how maneuverable it is. So I really went for pretty much crit. You can see that we've got 41% affinity on this build. So once we have our skills here, you'll see that we have weakness exploit level 3, which gives us 50% increased affinity when attacking weak spots. Now there's no reason with the light bowgun that you shouldn't be hitting weak spots, so we're going to be hitting for 91% affinity. Any more than that, I think you start having diminishing returns as far as stats that you can increase in other areas. So that's why I went with critical boosts instead of stacking more critical eye. But anyway, so we'll go over the stats real quick. We've got attack boost level 7. Everybody really knows this. Plus 21 attack and 5% affinity. We've got weakness exploit level 3. We've got free elements and ammo up level 2. Now this is something that can change throughout the build. If you've got a gem for this, or a jewel rather, you can get this up to level 3, which would increase our slicer ammo to 2 instead of 1, which can really be good for certain aspects of a fight. Then we've got critical eye level 2, which gives us plus 6 affinity. Critical boost level 2, which gives us basically 10% more critical hit damage. Since all of our hits are pretty much going to be crits, this gives us basically a flat 10% damage increase, which is very nice. If I had another gem, I would put this up to level 3. Then we've got normal shots, which for a build is going to be very good. I would like to get the Laviasoth boots and go for a shotgun and normal shots build. Pretty much with this, with this build, your primary DPS is going to come from normal shots, shotguns up close, and I'll show you exactly how to get really good damage out of using the shotgun build with this. We've got peak performance, which gives us plus 5 attack. You can also change a lot of the stuff around. We've got special ammo boost, which increases the damage of our bowgun special ammo and dragon piercer by 10%. Now, a lot of this can be changed around. Some of these gems actually can be swapped out. You can see what decorations we've got. We've got True Shot. We've got Force Shot, which gives us the normal shots. And we've got the critical gems in here, the Flawless. I might actually swap out this for another True Shot jewel, but you can really swap out anything that you so desire in here. But this build is very good, and you can pump out an absolute ton of damage with it. I guess I should go into the actual equipment that we've got here. So we've got the Dragon King Eye Patch Alpha, the Dobermail Beta, which we've got socketed with critical boost and attack boost up. Now we got the Kaiser Vambraces Beta, which gives us the last point of weakness exploit, and then also a nice gem slot. And we've got the Nergigante Coil Beta and the Kirin Leg Guards Beta. Now let's go ahead and go into some of the advantages that you can do with this. First off, we'll go ahead and show how much damage this does with just our normal ammo too, which is quite a bit. It's just absolutely amazing, especially with how much you crit with this. And using rapid fire pretty much doubles our DPS, and using the free element ammo up, we get an extra shot on our normal ammo, so that drastically increases damage as well. So that's another bonus to free pretty much with any of the bowguns. You're going to want to have that to increase your main weapons damage, or your main ammo type damage. Now we also have an increase to pretty much all of our ammo except for slicing ammo. So it's unfortunate they may only get 1 shot. Now if you want, you can go up to 3 levels of free ammo and you'll get 2 shots, and then you can stack reload speed and just pump out slicing ammo if you really want to go for that build. You can also add another thing of close range up, and you'll drastically increase your normal shot damage as well. But I really like where we're sitting at with the reload speed, because we can reload so fast, and the difference between fast and normal is quite drastic. But anyways, we really need to talk about some of the bonuses with this right here. Now you'll notice that when we put it down, that it does not explode, but you can actually shoot over it and you can cause it to explode. Now also, when a monster steps on it, it will explode, or goes over it, it will also explode. So you'll notice here that we can actually get it to blow up 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, which is strange. I think they actually did like some kind of diminishing return for it. So we used to be able to get 4 shots out of it. So let's try that again real quick. 1, 2, 3. So we're getting 3 shots with that right now. Now let's go ahead and put this down right now. And we'll go ahead and do spread ammo 1. And we get 1, 2, 3, and 4. Are we going to get a 5th? We're going to get a 5th shot. So you can see with different ammo types, you actually get to get more explosions out of the Wyvern's fire than you would otherwise. It's really good, and it's definitely something that you need to pay attention to when actually using them. So spread ammo 1 gives you the most shots out of it, or the most explosions out of it. So it's very good. When a monster goes down, you're just going to go ahead and drop one of these, or up to 3 if you can. If you can drop 3 on it and then just start blowing it up with a shotgun blast, you're going to do a ton of damage. There's also something interesting with the slicing ammo, which is very good. I like using it as well. If I've got good reload speed and multiple shots of slicing ammo, you'll get an explosion when you shoot over it, and then also each thing of the slicing ammo will cause it to blow up as well. So you get 1 shot, and then a shot from that will blow it up. So it'll blow up 4. It's blown up 4 times already, and then 5 times we get with the slicing ammo as well. So it's very good to use slicing ammo and your shotgun ammo to get the most explosions out of your special ammo. So just keep that in mind, although spread ammo is going to be a lot better because of the reload speed and the amount of shots versus your slicing ammo. It just takes you too long to reload, and the monster might already be away from the explosions by then. So I've actually done a lot of testing with the Pierce ammo. Now, the Pierce ammo can be very good for larger creatures because it does shoot all the way along their actual body. So you'll see that if we shoot the Pierce ammo 3 here, we have a major knockback, and it doesn't do really that great damage. I've noticed that Pierce ammo 1 with the Karma is actually a lot better. So you'll see that we have so much ammo for this that we can literally just spam it. So we do quite a bit less damage, but the recoil is... Actually, we really don't do that much less damage. There's no recoil. You can get a lot more shots off, and you have a lot more ammo before you have to reload. So really, I don't think there's any reason to use the higher piercing ammo. That's just a personal opinion, because you can get a lot more shots off with the lower tier ammo, the less recoil and reload speed. The Pierce ammo 3 just is not good on the Karma. Now, what I love about the light bowgun is just how much maneuverability you have. It is so nice to be able to just dodge and weave and then just pump out damage on the monster. Now, if you don't want to get into the fray like this, you can go ahead and put some dots on it with poison, so that way you're still doing damage while kind of staying out of the fray, and then you can pop some slicing ammo and still stay out of the fray and be safe and kind of wait for an opportunity. That's what's also nice about the Pierce ammo. While it's not doing as much damage as my main ammo type, I'm able to stay quite a bit far away and still be able to apply damage to the monster. And we're about to get an opening right here thanks to Beetlejuice, where we can run in, switch to our spread ammo, drop a bomb, and just explodify its face. It is so fun to play light bowgun, and you're gonna have an absolute blast, pun intended, from the Wyvern blasts. That's you'll just have so much fun with this, and it's just great to be able to have so many different types of ammo on a weapon so that you pretty much have opportunities to do damage no matter what type of situation you're in. Now that we're one-on-one, we're able to kind of just move around its attacks, switch to our normal ammo, and just pump out a ton of damage straight to the head. And you can also exhaust the targets with exhaust ammo. You can poison them, paralyze them. There's just so many different things you can do with the light bowgun that it is just so much fun to use. And especially knocking things out of the sky, dropping down some bombs, and then switching to the spread ammo can just pump out so much damage. And just the opportunities you get with the light bowgun makes it just really fun to use. And you can just drop traps and kind of just wait if you want. And I'm going to go ahead and pop some bombs here and just kind of wait for it to come over. And we're just going to do a ton of damage to it once it actually gets over here. There we go. That's the opportunity we were waiting for, to drop some Wyvern Blast, and you can just see how much damage we can pump out really quick when we get the right opportunities. Not only does this do a ton of damage, but just in general, the damage you can put out with the light bowgun with the right set is just immeasurable. And we would be doing even more damage with those if we had the Laviasoth boots, which would increase our shotgun damage substantially. And there's tons of different ways you can increase the damage with the light bowgun, not only just using this set. So I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. You will absolutely love light bowgun. If you're a heavy bowgun user, I highly recommend trying out this build and just giving light bowgun a shot. I think you won't regret it. Now, there is some downsides. You don't get a lot of the other ammo types that you get with heavy bowgun, like the Wyvern Blast, or no, the Wyvern ammo and the cluster bombs and stuff like that. But you can definitely do a ton of damage all on your own with the light bowgun. But I hope you guys all enjoyed the episode. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. And if you have some really fun light bowgun builds to share with the community, definitely leave them in the comments below. Sharing is caring. The more we share our builds and information and tips and tricks, the better the community gets. And all in all, the better everyone gets, because SOSs can lead to some issues sometimes. But anyways, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!